Well, everyone for Yemo Bibi Akwaba Edeba and the Can Sports TV on YouTube. And there was a night to celebrate one of the greats. A lot of people also believe we say he's the greatest. I will call him one of the greats or one of the greatest players to grace the EPL. And one playmaker, the star different from most of the playmakers. You had the chance to enjoy in the Premier League. And that na a night na the fans, football, and everybody within the football cycles no is celebrating no na a abranteɛ bɛyɛ na meka yeah abranteɛ friend Kelvin Debryne and na it was a night na the fans and ɔmo manage football and ɔmo the followers of the EPL and the lovers of playmaking skills no na ɔmo enjoy no ɛwɔ ɛyɛ the Etihad Stadium in the game against Bournemouth. Now, first of all, Manchester City, so be share over the weekend, Omulusu to Crystal Palace. So far as the FA Cup no concern. Eti omo enya very good season and obi anim say football is sanity. This is the second time enche ya pepper say be a trophy season after the 2017 own where I went to me and share no. Afu we matinu din say afi be a sign e de mabobuku efe ne Manchester City. This season omo enya very good season and the last kicker na nko omo say omo betimi anya the last laugh unfortunately Abrante aye friend Eberechi Eze etimi kɔhyɛ goal no ti a ɔmo amaboboku a yɛfrɛ no Manchester City ɛntimi anwine the FA Cup no ɛma Crystal Palace for 31 good years na ɔmo ntimi ɛnyɛ major trophy no etimi ɛbɛwine yɛ but again adeɛ a na aka o City boboku no ma na obi ɛhwɛ sɛ ɔmo betimi ayɛ the sport a ɔmo betimi apeke so far as qualification to the UEFA Champions League next season concern medical catch say Champions League next season no finals the yɛbɛbɔ the Hungary ɛwɔ Budapest ɛhɔ ɛna yɛbɛbɔ the Champions League final no ɛwɔ the Puskas Arena ɛhɔ na yɛbɛbɔ the UEFA Champions League final so from Munich then to Puskas Arena next year ɛhɔ na yɛbɛbɔ Champions League final no nti Manchester City enya good season but no be ɛhwɛ sɛ wɔn betumi enya chance to play in the top 5 ɛwɔ EPL man because top 5 na akwakoya aprapre akwakoya games you don't have to miss those games and ho akwakoya din for teams a omotimi epeke top 5 no nti ohwe Newcastle United ohwe Manchester City ohwe Arsenal ohwe Liverpool na ohwe Aston Villa ohwe Chelsea you are talking about these teams na epre so omobetimi abo Champions League final no and ema remfi say Europa League final no beba so was San Mamés in Bilbao. Who are betting agent so what the chance of qualifying to the Champions League and two English clubs na kwakushia omoko akobo na wo obe qualify na wetimi akwa ojibeje trophy na omoko akobo Champions League so then for teams na in the last minute omo babebo na omo dia pe Champions League spot even today it still remain undecided because so Newcastle United omo bebo St James against Everton this weekend Ofabo Bokre friend Manchester City. Ombeko Craven Cottage, any Fulham akwakobo. Chelsea beko the City Ground. Na omone Nottingham Forest. And so akwakosi akan. Aston Villa beko Old Trafford. Na omone Manchester United akwakosi akan. These are games that are difficult. It is only a chance, especially so about the last game in our way. That's the only chance we homa. No be a so bit me ashe. Na nyamianim no kranim ye. It was an emphatic 3 goals and a team a friend a Manchester City a team a share and go from a brand to a friend Omar Marmoush. I'll talk about Omar Marmoush later. The next Mohamed Salah to take over the Premier League is called a brand to a friend Omar Marmoush. Na nyani na koshe go na brand to team share any from outside the box. The technique behind this ball is just unmatched, just unplayable. And he's the next guy to take over the EPL. Bernardo Silva, not a good season, but but at least also for so beating ABR and then Nicolas Gonzalez. These are the 3 guys on which are goals at the Manchester City, and almost share bomb of Etihad. But the major talking point was not just about the 3 goals, but the last game in Etihad for Abrante friend Kelvin Debryne. Obi Kevin De Bruyne a bro free Chelsea, echo Wolfsburg back to Chelsea, or call Werder Bremen. And again, Onya had a chance to buy SR Manchester City in the EPL. And let's not forget, so in 2015-2016, and team I friend Manchester City Bura Germany so mo kwa akɔpɛ aberante friend Kevin De Bruyne. Na ɔmo nya no ɛna ɔmo announce no on 30th August in 2015. And Manchester City announced KDB and they signed him for 55 million pounds. And when this come they signed KDB. That time no, he was the second most expensive player to Abrante aye friend Fabian Angel Di Maria of free Real Madrid baby PM or Manchester United. And almost sign on money by Abrante and buy no be say who is this player because about Chelsea no. When Timmy am internet did him say o spend this second day no how will he fare in the Premier League and Abrante the back or making a derby in the game against Crystal Palace 25th minute now be Sergio Lionel El Kun Aguero and we no na obabesi akan o share the first goal against West Ham United in the Premier League na eho and a man for shots yes say omani who Kevin De Bruyne Oba na almost starting you soon as a left winger wa onya tan hwe KDB bia no almost I say you soon as a left winger don't ball from the left side of the attack for Manchester City and Obon Humodi Bia. But that time, no, not only so exceptional. Now the game, no, yeah, or to me, LNK up in the usual shooting abilities, who was an man as a KDB Edeba. But we saw the real KDB, Abra Pep Guardiola by now the board Fernandinho, David Silva, and Bernardo Silva in midfield. Because before Pep Beban, was Nelly Yaya Toure, and then Abrantia, your friend Sergio Aguero, and then I had the masters. The Etihad. But after Pep by and not train bar the central midfield role and no allow no say more as a playmaker na obia enhwe. And that is where we saw KDB Kevin De Bruyne. A dear ni idea who won who are different. I've seen Paul Scholes, I've seen Steve Jerry, I've seen Frank James Lampard. Now Kevin De Bruyne is different from all these players. We've seen how the Clarice has really improved his game so far as transitional play or progressive play they are concerned for Arsenal. But at the end of KDB is so special. The KDB is so special. No, idea how is he picking the spaces? There's something that we call pocket of spaces. And only idea last season, Jude Bellingham epic from Real Madrid and man the goals. And only idea, what the Bayada KDB say, oh, Bon say only ne book him no kujina left. Obeka so wins and no. He has realized there is a half space on the left side. No akwa kujina. Only ne book him na bon say no akwa kujina right. Obeka say obo as a right winger na no. What me realize a pocket of space with the right side okujina obetimi ama incisive and pinpoint crosses. And me ade abin okidi be ho. E ho anu about the central midfield role. Now or distribute to na ɔbɔ game no say how play making from deep one say who no say as boss to boss 18 balls net so all the loose balls all the second ball all the dead balls I better be an almost of fire from all angles one go the back kind of pie the goal that he scored against Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu it was a screamer and Abrante friend Kevin De Bruyne etimi e de share goals there was share baby and now they say me to go back on I mean so they are born he's had an exceptional career for Manchester City. Now, all can go. It was just unfortunate. Say, European finals from Korea in Abu say Kupra against Chelsea. It was the finals of the Champions League. No, Kupra my in frame. Saturday no game pa against Inter Milan in the final of the Champions League. KD is Kupra. Into one player, he was not lucky in terms of playing in the finals of the European competition. But hey, what GBBR 6 EPL titles. And achievement no be him say immense and he's one player and it hard for no be bono maboni din ababo nie wa more excitement wa entertain you and he's one player that you always love to see on a good day he can be compared to any great player or any great playmaker in the Premier League any great midfielder in the Premier League the recent guys also even feel say he's the best among Frank Lampard and Steven Gerrard Oh, yeah, the comparative analysis. I love KDB. The style is just immense. Oh, you're a fan of a playmaker, you love him. Or you'll be a child who be. The style is the kaka type of a style, but na kaka game need that pace. And when you see KDB progressively tell the ball near Benima, that is why you love him. So when we shoot from afar, that is why you love him. It was Etihad all over, and I almost say King Kelv Omubefino, or then a wife and then a mommy and Sunny Babigina Park, and so bomb of players, Man City players will be a born in Sema, or to be a Hage, all the players now drew a year Branty Feno, Ellen Holland, so no, now it was so emotional. Pep Guardiola shed tears. Pep was saying so free Pep and Yaseba. I'm even getting emotional. And Oshe the midfield now Pep and Pep midfield need good, but the reality is that Pep Guardiola will build a new midfield. And one will be a ball in Semano. Or may say one chance to be an on Ukraine and Manchester City for now they have to say that be among great players. He's one player on best in the statue normal the Akaino. Now all players on normal baller. Fernando will say na nika na na nije so onya chance na si akan e wo ho so hwe obi eti se Leroy Sane is an amazing player and only asema Leroy Sane enso e kan Sergio Aguero say it was an honor to play with you and Ryan Mahrez say or a player when you budget so on be here dwuma mo da say for the kind of work and dedication out them during the arena the Manchester City game. KDB the Premier League will forever remember him. Man City fans and then one saw almost statue now Manchester City were likely to play in the Champions League, but it was KDB night at Etihad yesterday. And football, the Premier League, and me and Metier will ever remember Kelvin Debryne, a quality player and a player that you always love to have in your team. And I'm a DBC. Don't forget to subscribe. Na watch me stream. Now I share. I'm a for KDB, a quality player, and he will be paired among the greats in the Premier League. Goodbye.